The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only
Hi
mode.
everyone, welcome to the Ablesys webinar. Ron here, and we'll go over the charts, so I'll be glad to help and take a look at the most recent signals. Really starting the year off pretty fantastic. Yesterday and today were just two amazing days, great Able trend days, and let's see how it works. So we'll jump in, and I'd like to start with a stock chart. Good for swing trading. I like the 130-minute daily combination. It's a real good swing trading chart. If you like a little longer term chart where you can't, watch it at all during the day, the daily weekly combination is excellent. It's really, really good. It's very helpful. And the whole key with Able trend is to make sure that you just have the colors the same. Keeping it simple, gotta have the same colors. Blue means buy, blue means uptrend, we're going to buy it. Red means downtrend, we're going to sell it. So buy on blue, sell on red. So this is the cues right here. And we had a buy signal right in here. This is what we're looking for, the blue bar with the blue arrow. Some charts have X's. It's the same thing. The point is, this is the higher time frame, and the dots are the lower time frame. The dots give us the more shorter term direction. So, for example, like right now, we've got a new buy signal coming in. If if somebody wasn't in this one, got blue bar, you got a blue dot, and you got a blue arrow. So you got a daily buy signal, which is the arrow, blue, and it's pointing up. We've got a blue bar, that's also a buy signal, and we've got a little blue dot. Hard to see it, but you got the three dots, one per price bar. So the software likes the cues. We'll see what happens, but so far looking good. This is called a no trade zone. We don't touch it. You've got a tug of war going on here. You've got red and blue on the chart at the same time. 130-minute is red, that's a downtrend. The blue arrow is an uptrend. So very simply, when you have red and blue together, it's a tug of war, and basically you go nowhere. So we don't touch that because Able trend only wants low risk trades only. Okay, and then back over here, we had a nice buy signal, the blue bar, the blue buy signal on the 130-minute dot, and the blue arrow, and up and away it went from there. So great for option trading, or really any kind of trading. Shares will work too. But most importantly, you just have to have all the colors the same. Now you can get in on a green bar, but if you do, it's got to be right at the blue dots, because notice the dots are support. They block the prices from going lower. Prices get right down near these dots, like right here. Like if you missed the beginning of the trend, you buy it at the dot, up it goes. Pulls back to the dot, up it goes. And the first sweet spot, meaning the first time it pulls back to the dots, is usually the lowest risk. So that's the best one. So you can right in here, you had a couple days in a row, because each one of these vertical black lines is a day. You get 3 price bars per day. See, hits the blue dot right here, up and away it went. And the first time after the original buy signal, which is right there, the first time it hits the dots is the lowest risk time to take the trade. They work out really well. And again, daily, weekly chart, same thing, works excellent. It's more for a longer trade. Some people don't want to trade every day. They don't even want to look at it. They want to just kind of set it and forget it. Great. That's what the daily, weekly chart does. But it's the same rules, same colors, and same dots. Works really well. Okay, let's jump in and look at the trend trading chart. This is more for intraday trading. This is for day trading. This is a 1-minute, 2-minute, 3-minute combination. We like the mini NASDAQ because it has a lot of movement to it. You can trade the Russell. Might probably be the second best one to trade because you don't need as much margin, and it's a lot slower. The S&P tends to be a little choppier, the ES. So I would put that third on the day trading list. It just tends to be choppier, over the long run. If anything, if you're going to trade ES, I could give you some recommended tick charts to trade. But we like the 1-minute, 2-minute, 3-minute, and right at the open over here, it was a beautiful buy signal. The problem, it was really hard to get in. It just shot up like a rocket right at the 9:30 Eastern time open. I'm Eastern time. Okay, so that's why if you look at my charts, my 05 is the day of the month, January 5th, 9:31. That's when the market opens at 9:30 Eastern time, being that I'm on Eastern. So up and away it goes. Very difficult one to get in. So, can't kick yourself for not getting in on this one because it just went like a rocket. When you go at 9:30, you get a volume explosion when the market opens. It's always a big volume explosion. So normally we'd like to wait a couple of minutes just to see what happens. But today it just took off like a rocket. I mean, it was unbelievable. Okay, the first time or the next time you can get in would be the sweet spot. Again, pull back down to the blue dot. Right there, once the bar closes just slightly above that blue dot, that's where you want to get in. And then we would use the 2 green bar stop loss, meaning when you get 2 greens in a row, there's one, and you have to be at least a 10-point winner at that time. You got 2 greens in a row. We put the stop just a little bit, point or two under the lower of the 2 green bars. Never hit it. 2 greens in a row there. We're going to get stopped out right there. Probably a minute later, we would have gotten stopped. And if not there, we would have been there, same place. So we're out at 760, but we're in at 745. So that was a 15-point winner right there. So real quick, that was $300 in 7 minutes that Ablesys gave to you, me, and everybody who uses it. Obviously, anybody who took the trade at the beginning of the day was fast enough. You hit a mega home run because Ablesys just killed it on that one. Very difficult to get in, but that was a 100-point winner. That's $2,000 the first half an hour of trading. But again, I repeat, very difficult to get in. More than likely you didn't, so I'm not even going to count it. To be fair about it. Okay? Obvious triple confirmation, obvious no trade zone right there. We like to put the stop losses, by the way, like when we did get into the trade right here, at the second lower small blue dot below the price. Never on the dot under the price, because as I've been saying, that's when buying is going to come in. That's support. Just put it on the previous or the second lower blue dot below the price. But then once you're in at least at 10 points of profit and you get a couple of greens in a row, because green means sideways, if the bars were all blue, we wouldn't even think, look at all these blue bars. You don't even think about getting out if you're in that trade, because that means we're going higher. And you had a 1-minute buy signal, the dot, 2-minute buy signal, the medium arrow, 3-minute buy signal, the big arrow. So that's triple confirmation or triple agreement. And again, I'm just assuming we did get in like over here. Now this is pre-market, which gave us an excellent trade, but you don't know that at the time. Normally we don't like to trade on the pre-market, but it's up to you. You can obviously tweak it to your style, to however you would like to. There's a triple confirmation sell signal. The only problem is your sell signal, you're like 20 points away from the dots. You get more than like 12, 15 points at the most away from the dots. I just think it's just too far away to take the trade. You want to be a little tighter, a little closer. But if you do take it, and it's okay to do so, you put your stop 1 point above the top of the red bar. And we'd have been stopped out. We'd have lost a little bit on that trade because eventually we'd have been stopped out right there. Okay, there's another triple confirmation. Red arrow down, medium arrow down, red dot, small red dot, red bar. I mean, it's just a sea of red. The software says sell it. But again, you're like 30 points away from the dot. No way you can take that. Got to get in on a pullback back to the red dot. There it is. There's the pullback. There's the sweet spot. And even if it's green, it's okay because you have a 1-minute sell signal, red dot, 2-minute sell signal, red arrow, 3-minute sell signal, big red arrow. You got triple confirmation there. So at the close of that bar, we're going to go short, which is right there, or the open of the next bar. There's 2 greens. Well, we're not in profit, so we're not even going to count that. Stop goes just a little bit above those red dots because there's no previous higher row of red dots. So we're just going to put the stop a point or two above, comes down. There's my 2 greens. Stop goes just a point or two above that, and we're stopped out right there. So really nice trade on that one. That was a good one right there. Real good. Sweet. Wow. There was some serious money made yesterday and today using Ablesys trend chart. Some really big money. I mean, thousands. just for one lot traders. It was big money. You don't always get that, but it was nice and volatile. It worked out great. Obvious no trade zone here. There's red and blue together. Short signal there. We'll call that a break even. Short signal here, although I don't like that it's between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern time. It's been a little choppy during that period, so just be careful. We call that the dead zone. Use your judgment on that. It's up to you if you'd like to trade there. But there's more. Just telling you, you make the call yourself. Everyone's different. But between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern, there's a lot more risk because the market slows down dramatically. It gets very choppy. Right over here. Right here is about 1:30, but you can see we're on a clear-cut triple confirmation buy signal there. However, it was just going sideways, and then right around 1:30, another rocket ship took off, and the software was right on top of it. Blue bar, blue 1 minute buy signal, blue 2 minute buy signal, blue 3 minute buy signal, and look how accurate the dots are. The prices hit the dots and stop. 5 times goes right to the dot and stops. As long as it closes above that dot, it's a great place to get in. You had quadruple confirmation. Clearly you can see support was holding, and we put started those support dots about 20 minutes before that even happened. So that's really valuable, accurate information that Abletrend gave to all of us. Well, that was really sweet right there. And then up and away we go. I mean, just a home run. I mean, that was just unbelievable. Now, you did start getting some green bars up here, and we would have been stopped out right there. But from here to here, I mean, that's a home run. Sheesh, that's a lot of money. That's like 40 points. 40 points in NQ is $800. So that's big money. Now, for someone who uses the second row of blue dots, they like to stay in the trades longer. Well, then that was a super home run. But I'm not going to count that because I suggested the 2 green bar stop, putting your stop just a little bit under the prices when you get 2 green bars in a row. Blue bars, don't even think about getting out. We're going higher. Triple confirmation sell signal here, we would have lost on that trade because if we put our stop again 1 point above the top of the red bar, we're certainly not going to put it above this red dot. That's like 30 points away. We'd have been stopped out, and right over there we'd have gave back about 10, 12 points on that trade. Getting now towards the end of the day, another triple confirmation. Stop's going to go 1 point above. We made a little bit on that. Call that a break even. And then that's the end of the day. It's 4 o'clock New York close. So big money today, and even bigger yesterday on the trend 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute trend chart. And this is the scalp chart. This means you're getting in and out in like a minute. So we're hardly in the market. This is about 20 trades a day. So that means we're only in the market like maybe 2 minutes a trade, like 40 minutes out of 6.5 hours. We're only in the market like 40 minutes. Say, wow, that's not much at all. So that's extremely low risk. The less time you're in the market, well, the less money you have at risk. First trade of the day would have been right here. All it has to do is hit the blue dot. This is a really simple system. We use a 5-point target. We put the stop 2 points under the blue dot because we know when it hits the dot, that's a wall of support. It blocks it from going lower. 1 minute later, we've got the 5 points. It's a $100 winner. We lost 3 points on this one because it hit the blue dot, closed above it, and we lost 3 points on that trade. Again, hits the blue dot right here, and we would have lost, the blue arrow, that's 3 minute support, and then we would have actually lost on that trade because it went 2 points under. But here's a winning trade right there, and there's 20 points, by the way, in between the red dots and the blue arrow, so it's okay to take it. We've got a buy signal there, because all it has to do is hit the arrow or between the arrow, close above it. 1 minute later, 5 points winner. This was good over here. We had like 4 in a row winners right here, which is $400. Because every time you get in, it's $100. So we've got a winning trade here, right there, and it went up 5 points, and that was a winner. It went more than 5, but our target is 5. Hit the red arrow, closes under it, and 2 minutes later, another $100 winner. Hits between the blue arrows right there, closes above it, 1 minute later a winner, hits the blue arrow again, 2 minutes later a winner. So we had 4 in a row, which was $400 after a winner and a loser. We'll call that break even. We had 4 in a row. And that worked out nice because that's $400 in about 10 minutes. Sid wants to look at the trade before this at 1457. Yeah, let's take a quick look at that, Sid. 1457. You're right. That actually was not a trade because we didn't have the 3-minute, the big arrow right there. So I call that a loser, but yeah, we'll stick with that. But you're right. You're right, Sidney. Thank you, sir. I'm just looking at the chart real quick, and of course we did so during the day, but I'm just trying to run through this in the 15 minutes that that I'm 15-minute time frame that I'm allotted to do this webinar. We don't want to make it too long because when people look at it on YouTube the next day, I'm not here to bore anybody. I want to try and keep it somewhat quick. But you're right. It has to have the big arrow, not just the 1 minute and the 2 minute. And most important is the 3-minute signal. So you just need the 3-minute and the we never quite had that. So, yes, sir. He says he forgives me. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to that other one. You were right. You were right, Sid. You were right on that one. I'm running through it a little too quick. Okay, so we had the 4 in a row there. No trade here. No trade. No trade. How about this one? Nope. Closes above the red dot. No trade. This one doesn't quite hit the tip of the arrow. So no. Not a winning trade there, even though it looks like it is. It's not. Gotta be fair about it. Hits the arrow, hits the dot, closes under it. A minute later, we got the 5 points. That's a $100 winner. And this is a losing trade because it hits the arrow and then closes above it. So we would have lost on that trade. I think you get the picture from here. Now, don't touch anything in here. It's too tight. The support and resistance is too close. You got to have at least 15 points because you need a runway to make them, for it to shoot up or down. It's just way too tight in there. Just leave it alone. But here's a really good sell signal there. Not only does it hit the arrow, it hits the dot. 1 minute later, a winner. Hits the dot again. 1 minute later, a winner. You can even take this one because it's got the big dot and the arrow, and that was a winner. But let's not even assume that you did take it. Jim, you can trade any market in the world. Of course you can trade S&P Mini. It's a choppier chart. The S&P, if someone who's experienced with the S&P knows that the mini S&P is choppier than the Russell or the NASDAQ, but you most certainly can. You could trade every market in the world with AbleTrade. We've got 25,000 clients around the world, and everybody in the world trades something completely different. Yes, sir. Mike, when scalping, do you place the trade immediately on the close of the candle that touches and closes about the arrow dot, or wait and see what the second candle does? No, you don't have to wait to see for the second candle. Well, once the first candle closes, like right here, immediately the next one opens up. So it happens literally within 1 second. So technically, you're getting into as soon as the open of the second candle. So as soon as this one, just for an example, hits the red dot, closes under it, as soon as that closes, literally 1 second, boom, it's a blink of an eye, the next one opens. And as soon as that opens, you go short. And if you have a bracket order in, 5-point target is hit. Every time that happens, you get 100. So that's the way we scalp the NASDAQ, because the mini NASDAQ is a much better market to scalp than any other market because it has more movement. And you get those 5 points really quick. And 5 points in the mini NASDAQ is $100 every time. So just been a great start to the year. Hope you're finding this helpful too. I'm always glad to help. So let me know whatever I can do to help. Call or email anytime. Always glad to help. Michael, one quick question. 1205. Let's keep going there. Scalp. 1205. Should we enter if it's F is above the dot but below the bar? Yeah, because technically speaking, you hit the arrow. So as soon as that arrow closes, yeah, you're in, Michael. And if you wanted to play it a little more cautious, you can just get in on this one right here, and that one still would have been a winner either way. But that's perfectly fine to get in on that one. Yes, sir. So I hope this was helpful. Anything I can do for you, let me know. Thanks for being here, everyone. Happy New Year, and stay safe.